What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mike,
Hey, and it's your girl Mo.
and this is
The
Mike and Mo Show.
Hey.
One, two, three, four.
What's good, Mo?
Hey, what's up?
Chilling like a villain, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm well.
Mo's very well.
I am. I'm also very shy.
Mo's very well and very shy. You're
I'm blessed.
you're
Thank
shy
you.
well.
I'm swell.
Swell.
Swell. I think
Hey.
it's swell though. Swell.
Swell, shy well, swell. Is
Yeah.
that what swell means? Is it shy and well combined?
No, I think it's
No.
super well.
Oh, that makes way more sense. Yeah. All right.
Maybe. I don't know. Look it up. Look it up and get
We'll
back
look it
to
up.
us. Yeah.
Check the tape. Check the tape.
All right. But anyway, how are you doing?
Living the dream, baby.
Go into detail.
Well, we got our first visual episode, so it's kind of weird talking into a camera. We got some dope new equipment.
We do. Well, he
Uh-huh.
does, but
yeah,
you know.
but it's for us, you know. It's
Right.
part of the
It's for all
whole.
the girls.
The Mike and Mo show. All the girls can participate.
Right.
But we, you know, got all this new equipment. It's super cool, but it's also very complex. So we were struggling a little bit. You know, we were having some technical difficulties, as I say.
Right.
But we have some really cool stuff. And we're gonna run it out, you know, as we start to learn more about the systems and everything. Should we
Okay.
just throw in a sound effect though, even though
Yeah,
we can't
let's do
hear
it.
All right.
Show the girls what we can
Which
do.
one? All right, let's go. That's like when you say something funny.
Okay.
But
Oh,
that's what that one was. So they'll be able to hear it, even though we can't hear it. We don't have headphones in. We were trying to figure out how to listen to it, but
yeah.
anyways, we're talking way too much about this. They probably don't really
Right.
care about
But
that.
getting into it though, this shit was expensive. We're not even gonna tell you how much it cost.
Yeah.
And then this man just brought a new Mac computer and everything. Let me tell y'all, he be balling.
It's an investment, kids.
Yeah.
It's an investment
Yeah.
in the business and the future. These are
Right.
tools and devices that are going to be used for years to come.
Until they make like an upgraded version and you gotta buy a new one. But
Nope.
anywho.
Not
Yeah.
anytime soon.
Yeah. But speaking
So-
about money and stuff, what are we talking about today?
I think we're talking about money, aren't we?
Money.
That needs to be a preset. We need to find
I
like
know, I was
the old,
thinking
what was that show
that.
called? Donald Trump?
Oh yeah.
The Apprentice? That was what they did, right?
Yeah.
Money,
He was like, you're fired. Yeah.
Yep, right. Donald Trump. Man. Great television.
What a guy.
What a guy.
But yeah, so we just want to talk to you about finances because honestly, we were talking this weekend and it's just like people our age and whether you're older or younger too, like I feel like money is always going to be something that everybody's thinking about. You know what I mean? Like doesn't matter if you're 5 years old. As soon as you get that birthday card and you open it up, you see that money slide out. You're like, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right.
we all love money. Even if you say you don't love money, which I've done at certain times in my life. I don't know if you've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all go through that phase where it's like money doesn't matter, money can't buy happiness, which is true. It cannot buy happiness.
It can buy
However-
tacos though, which make me happy. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Tricky.
yeah,
Tricky.
that is true. Tacos do equal sign happy
Yeah.
for sure, 100% there. We agree on that. However, it also can prevent sadness, if you will. Now, like there's like studies on this, right?
Okay, what you talking about?
Number one cause of divorce, financial issues.
Really?
Right?
Ooh, yeah.
What's the leading factor in people that have depression? Money
Oh,
issues,
yeah,
right?
that's
So they
true.
correlate a lot with other, you know, bad things in life.
Right.
Yeah, having money problems kind of goes hand in hand. That's what I mean by correlates. So
Right.
it can't buy happiness. Just having money and nothing else in your life will not solve all your
It
problems.
won't. It won't.
But having a good understanding of money, having a good
Right.
grasp on money, and being able to earn money efficiently
Yeah.
can enhance your life, or
Yeah.
at the very least prevent you from having a more unhappy life in
There
certain
you go.
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like your taco analogy. That's easier.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So just kind of getting into it. So talking about finances and everything, what do we want to tell y'all? So I would say, like, for me at least, having a budget helps me just balance all my activities, I guess you can say. So like I know for me, like, you know, without getting into all my details, because that's none of y'all's business. Gee. Like how I do my budget is I get paid like twice a month. So then like I always just split it off, right? Like I give myself money for my bills, which is important, you know? And then I give myself money for like I call it necessities. So like gas and groceries. Cause like, you know what I mean? I gotta eat and my car gotta eat too. And Coda gotta eat. Shout out to my dog, my son.
Her son.
Right. Yeah, and then I give myself like spending money too. Like, you know, if we go out or whatever, or like go out with friends, or I don't know, if I want to just get some tacos on a Friday night with some drinks or something, you know, like stuff to have fun with. Yeah.
Absolutely. So this is where me and Mo kind of differ, right? Because you are a very detail-oriented person.
Yeah, I'm like OCD with
Yeah.
it. We've learned that.
She's the kind of person that'll like track every minute detail, whereas I am much more big picture, like
Yeah.
ready, fire, aim kind of
Right.
thing. So I did not have a budget for the longest time. I have always been very aware of money and where my money goes, but I was not meticulous with it. And it's served me pretty well. However, I have recently started to realize that to really make it big, if you will, you got to know the details. Devil's in the details, right? So I've started creating Excel spreadsheets. I'm a lot more meticulous with where my money goes. I'm still not great at it. It's something I'm working on personally, as I'm sure a lot of you out there are. It's all good. We're not perfect by any means. So, but Mo definitely does that better than I do.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Like
listen to her on that.
No, for real. Like if you like saw me on the street and you're like, hey, what's up? Like if you started talking business stuff, I would definitely be like, let me see your budget. Oh, you don't have one? Let's sit down and get together and like build one. Like it only takes 5 minutes. Like because I just want to see everybody like, you know, understanding where your money is going. Like, and most people do, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, like I have these bills and like I have Netflix and Hulu and stuff like that. But just seeing it physically written down on paper, I know for me, like I'm a visual learner, so I have to see it. So I feel like once you start writing everything down and seeing what's adding up, you're like, oh shoot, like, maybe I should cut some stuff out, you know? So
Yeah,
that's just
absolutely.
my advice.
Yeah. So where are we like in our financial lives right now, would you say?
Personally,
Think we're doing good?
I'm doing well. Although, you know, I got the house, praise God. But I think I'm still doing well, you know? Like I feel like, I mean, the reason why I got it is because I felt like I could afford it, and I feel like I'm still keeping up with my you know, other obligations and whatnot. So I can't complain. I feel like I'm doing well.
Yeah, because the long-term goal of yours, right, is to invest in real estate more and
Yeah, a little bit.
or I
like-
guess I don't know. I know that's one of my goals, but
Yeah.
is that more yours too, or is this just something because you know it's a good financial tool and you're
boom,
all right.
boom. I'm looking for a little, you know, razzle dazzle of passive income.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not like fully committed to it. Unless it goes really well, then like, you know, I might like get some more property and stuff like that. But right now, I'm just trying to see like how well it works for me. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot to manage. So we'll see.
Yeah. So passive income, keyword there that Mo mentioned.
Yeah.
So I am personally of the belief, right? Like you go on TikTok, follow these Instagram influencers and all these people who are like financial gurus or real estate gurus, and they're out there like passive income, quit your 9 to 5, like get all these like certain investments and they'll make you money while you sleep,
Right.
which is true. There is such a thing as making money without having to actually trade your time for it. However, make no mistake that earning money is hard, regardless of how you choose to do so.
Yeah.
The benefit, though, of certain investments and using your money in a way that is more efficient is that you, what we said earlier, don't have to trade your time to earn it.
Right.
And that's a key difference and a key like shift in mindset that happens for some people and doesn't happen for others, where the moment you realize that you don't have to spend all your time doing something to make money is a very enlightening moment, in my opinion, because you realize that then you can scale up indefinitely, right?
Yeah.
So if you're doing something that you can build and build and build, theoretically your growth is exponential and unlimited, right? Whereas like if you're working a job, right, doing any particular skill, and again, I don't mean to harp on anybody. Right now, we both have like 9 to 5 corporate jobs, if you will. We're in the military, so like we're trading our time for money, right? So if you have a skill, for instance, let's say you're a laborer, right? Like you're an electrician or a construction guy, right? great skill, great job to be in, by the way. Trade schools are also like
Okay.
low-key awesome.
Don't sleep on trade
Anyways,
school.
yeah, they are. They're great. But point being, you have to actually be out there doing electrical work to earn money,
Right.
right? But if you're an electrician who then wants to start an electrical business, then you can start hiring people to do the work for you, right? You can hire other, you can partner up with other electricians. You can hire on like younger people to work for you, and then you can scale up, be
Right.
the owner of all of these
Yeah.
different entities, different components of the business. And theoretically, you can grow that as big as you want to, or as, you know, your talent allows, or as your ambition allows, right?
Yeah.
So again, investing versus working, there's kind of a key difference there in terms of how you make your money.
Right.
But again,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get off my soapbox here in a minute, there is no such thing as true passive income.
Yeah.
Making money is hard.
Yeah. Because even like you just said with that electrician who like owns the company and stuff like that, he or she still has to invest their time and their effort into like managing it. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's what kind of intimidated me initially about like having a house and having like maybe like tenants and stuff in it. Because say like after I move and I still have the property, but I'm out of state now, I'm in a whole nother state living, I still have to make sure that property is taken care of. Like the people are paying their rent. Like, you know what I mean? You don't just, you're not that hands off. So, I mean, don't get too intimidated by it. Like I just said, like I was, but you just, you know, just, it'll be fine. You know, it'll be fine. Yeah, that's all I would say. Like you just kind of have to like, kind of like on our last episode, we talked about just be open to like new ideas and stuff like that. Be open-minded, like about dating and everything. Be open-minded about your different options about making money. You know what I mean? Like have your 9 to 5, like, you know, do that. But maybe like think about other things that you can do on the side, you know, that don't take as much time or effort, maybe.
Multiple income streams, right?
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
I mean, ask any of our parents, right? Our parents' generation went through the last Great Recession. Most of our generation was probably too young to have
Yeah.
real working jobs then. But
Yeah.
point being, your job could be gone in an instant.
Just
you
like
know,
that.
COVID, right?
Just
Global
like-
pandemic, great housing, or what is it
Mhm.
called? The Great Recession, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah,
what
if you
it's
have one,
called,
if you have one stream of income, you're setting yourself up for failure. So, some tips and tricks. Let's talk. Let's talk about
Okay.
some certain things that, because you just got done saying it'll all be fine,
Yeah.
and it will if right
Yeah.
if you do these certain things, right? So one of them, first one is knowledge, right? If the best advice I was ever given about money is that if you can't describe it to someone else, you shouldn't be investing in it.
Ooh, what do you mean by that?
So if you're real estate, for instance, right? Like
Right.
you're buying a house. If you can't tell somebody at, you know, a relatively baseline level what you're doing and explain it in kind of a cohesive, coherent way, then you probably shouldn't invest a lot of money in it, right? Because ultimately, if you don't know what you're investing in, you're going to get taken advantage of somewhere down the
okay.
line. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, right?
That's a good point.
Knowledge, it's
Yeah.
important, right? You asked me, you called me up all those late nights and asked me a bunch of questions
Why
about.
gotta be late nights? Listen.
It's late for me. 9 o'clock's late for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, because I mean, here's the thing. Like when we first met, I was reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and you know, I knew he was like all about his money, stuff like that, stacking it up, and I was like, "Hey, have you ever read this book?" He was like, "Oh my gosh, yeah." And I remember just throwing out keywords to you, and you were like, "Yeah, like okay, girl, like I see you reading and stuff like that." Like even little stuff like that, like listening to the Audible books, like The Millionaire Next Door,
Mhm.
stuff like that. You know, just like having a better understanding of what's going on, your different options, what other people have done that's gone well or bad. You know what I mean? I feel like that can also help too.
Yeah,
That's
of
part
course.
of knowledge.
Of course,
You
yeah.
know?
All
And then talking to other
encompassing.
people who know what's going on. Like he
Yeah.
had experience, I didn't. So I was like, let me
Mhm.
just like, you know, hit him up and see what's going on.
Yeah. I would say that's probably the best resource for any knowledge in general is asking somebody who's done it to help you out, right?
Yeah,
And you don't necessarily need that. You can literally learn anything on YouTube nowadays.
that's true.
But it definitely helps having another human being in your life who can guide you and mentor you and just show you the ropes and show you that there are real life people in this world that have done the things that you want to do, that can accomplish that have accomplished the lofty dreams that you have and goals that
Right.
you have. So
Yeah.
I think that's pretty important too. Yeah.
And I would just say the last thing about investing, unless you have something else, is that like invest in you personally though. It doesn't have to always be about money too, but like, you know, I just know I feel better when I wake up and I get a good workout in and stuff like that. And then my mind is right. You know, I feel like, you know, the blood is going through my system and I can focus on my job and do well at my job. Like, you know what I mean? And then now I feel like I have more energy to work on those other side little hustle things that I got going on. So, and then that's the thing too, like we are so young right now. We're trying to like work hard and get all this money. But if we like old and tired at like 50 years old, when we have the money, it's just like, what are you going to do? Like, you want to go to Mexico with all that money and have go on vacation, but like, you know, you don't feel good. You don't look good, you know, like that's all I'm saying.
Life's all about balance, right? Balance, discipline, consistency, all those things. And they're hard things to do. Like none of this is easy. And again, it goes back to what I was saying. There's no such thing as true passive income. Everything is hard, right? Life is hard.
It's so hard. It's so hard. It's ghetto, actually, but
it is.
It's fine.
But the beauty of it, right, is that the more you put yourself in uncomfortable positions, the more you choose the hard route, the easier life becomes.
Yeah,
it's
you'll just
like
get
the
used to
weirdest dichotomy, right? You know, it's the harder you make your life now, especially for all you guys out there who are younger adults our age, right? Just trying to figure this thing out. We still have no idea what we want to do with our lives, right? We don't know what we're going to be when we grow up yet. But the more that we sacrifice now, and again, to Mo's point, we're going to talk about this more, you do need to treat yourself. You do need to enjoy life. But the more that you can batten down the hatches and tighten up the, you know, the edges that may need a little work, the better off it's going to be. The easier life's going to be down the road for sure.
Yeah. And I would just say, like, talking about treating yourself. So I have a confession. I like to shop. I like to spend money sometimes. And you know, it's not always a bad thing because again, I have my budget. I handle my business. Like, you know what I mean? The amount of money I give myself each time I get paid allows me to do this, right? At the same time, like you still should like exercise some restraint. Like don't go too crazy. You know what I mean? And one thing I like to do is like, all right, so the girls, we go to Target. Everybody knows the girls go to Target. I love Target.
Target's where it's at.
Literally, okay. So what happened was I was supposed to go flying the other day and my flight got canceled. So I was like, okay, let me just like go off, you know, off the base and go to a coffee shop. And then I was driving around and I saw Target and I'm like, let me just go to Target real quick because, you know, self-care. So I'm just like walking around Target. No, like, because you hear the music, they were playing some good music and you're just like looking at all the stuff like, this is cute. You know what I mean? But my thing is, instead of me like spending money on myself on things that I don't need, I was like, why don't I just like maybe buy something for like my sister or like mom, dad, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, if you have that addiction like me, you don't always have to buy something for yourself. You can always buy it for like a loved one or a friend. Like, I think, you know what I mean? You're just using your addiction and gearing it towards like something more positive and something more useful, you know? That's just me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's how
I can't really relate to that. I'm not a big shop. Well, I say that, but I bought, you know, nice equipment for the podcast.
So you buy different things though.
I do.
Like you buy useful things. I just be buying like clothes.
Yeah. I'm not a big clothes shopper. As you can see, everything on my body right now costs about $5. Yeah.
Really?
This is from Goodwill, I think, or some sort of thrift store. These jeans I bought at what's it called? Plato's Closet.
Oh.
And then cut them into jean shorts.
Okay.
Show off the tie.
Hey.
And then I got flip flops on. So we're really rocking the style, people.
But speaking of Plato's Closet, though, see that's the thing. Like you could buy your stuff from Plato's Closet, like at a discounted rate. Like they be having some nice stuff too, and I know that because I donate my clothes to Plato's Closet. Although, so you're probably wearing something of mine right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Because you dress nice, right? So you're the kind soul that actually makes them relevant because you give them all your nice clothes.
I try. But yeah, no, like that's one way you can make money too. Like it's not, you know, a big thing. You make like what, $15-$20, but you get to clean your closet or clean, you know, get rid of stuff that you don't need. And then you make a few bucks on the side, you know, a little gas money, maybe. Yeah. And then that's it, you know? Right. So like just think of other things or other ways you can make money, you know, on the side. That's all.
Absolutely. So we've talked a lot of theory so far. I feel like let's tell them more like specifically what we do in our lives, right? Like the things we've done to earn more passive income, even though it's not passive.
Okay.
Right. So again, like your house, right? You mentioned house hacking. A lot of people may not know what that is. So what was it like going through the process of buying a house? What was it like mentally, physically, emotionally? And what are your plans, both like short term and long term, with your house?
Okay, it's funny because the loan company just sent me a survey, like, can you please fill out this survey? And I was like, okay.
Do you want me to?
Right. But the thing is, again, it's my first time buying it, so I'm not really totally sure about how the process is supposed to go. Initially, like, I felt like they weren't really communicating that well. Here's the thing now. The way I got this lender was through this realtor that was recommended to me or referred to me, excuse me.
Oh, that trash one?
Yeah, he was trash. Yeah, he knows. He was trash. Like, I'm not even gonna go into the story. I'm not gonna do it because we're gonna be here all day. But yeah,
he was
like,
not a good realtor.
He was.
We'll
You was like, you were the one when I called up at like 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, Mike, I don't know what to do. He's trash. You were like, you gotta drop him. I was like, okay. But yeah, so like he referred me to this lending company, and I never saw the house before because again I was like in Florida, the house is in Michigan and stuff like that. So that was kind of weird, you know. And then in terms of the entire process, just trying to like communication is key. So like whoever you're working with, including like your realtor and your lenders and stuff like that, just make sure you're communicating with them. They should be doing that with you. But I'm also the type of person, I'm kind of aggressive. Like we already talked about, I'm from Jersey. Shout out to Jersey.
Trash state. Trash state. Go
I'm about to
Bucks.
just yank this
Go
down.
Bucks.
I'm about to- But yeah. But yeah, like you kind of have to be on top of your game too. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants this as bad as you do. You know what I mean? They just want the money or whatever, but you want this, right? So make it happen. So I would just say like, make sure you're on top of it. Make sure you're asking those questions. Again, if you have people in your life that have done it before, talk to them, get advice from them and stuff like that. But yeah, so I don't feel like talking about the process because it was fine.
Just know that it's difficult, right? Like buying a house is hard,
It is.
but a million people,
Right.
millions, probably
Right.
billions
Yeah.
at this point have bought houses before. And I promise you, there's somebody out there way dumber than you that's done it. So
Yeah,
don't doubt yourself.
probably.
It's all good. You can
Yeah.
figure it out.
And just set yourself up though too. Like my money was right because again we talk about finances. Like my money was right, my credit was good and stuff like that, and I was just organized. You know what I mean? Because they're gonna want to see bank statements. They asked for your bank statements like a bunch of times. Like I don't know if it was just me, but they were like, "Hey, can you send it again?" Like stuff like that. They want to know everything. So again, just have your ducks in a row so that way when they ask for all your stuff, boom, you can just send it off to them and then handle your business. But yeah, my like goal for the house is obviously for me to live in it while I'm stationed in Michigan. But also I want to get a tenant in there. I call it more of a roommate because a tenant is more of like kind of what sometimes with tenants you got to get like permits and stuff like that. Look that up. But I was gonna get like furnished findings. I think you were telling me about like to get a traveling nurse in my house. It's like a 2-story house. I was gonna live upstairs. They live downstairs. We share the communal areas like the living room, kitchen, and stuff. But yeah, that's just another way for me to make like a little extra money. And I might Airbnb one of the other rooms maybe, but just giving myself options and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the long-term goal. And then after that, after I move out, keep the property and then like rent it out to other people, maybe families and stuff, or yeah.
Yeah,
That's the goal.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So real estate is a great tool, obviously.
It is.
There's really, there's tons of YouTube videos, again, a lot of real estate gurus out there. Bigger Pockets, free shout out for advertising for them.
Yes.
Also a great
Yes.
resource. They have fantastic podcasts.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys are interested in podcasts if you're listening to us, right?
Hey.
So they got a lot of good content. Follow them on Instagram as well. And they
Yeah.
have multiple shows that kind of cater towards different types of real estate investing. They have one for beginners, one for more advanced people, stuff more related to business on the market, things like that. So they're a great resource for sure. But yeah, real estate, the great thing about it and the reason why me and Mo love it so much in particular is because it has multiple streams of growing your net worth and increasing your income, right? So you do something like Mo did, or even that I've been doing, and I bought this
tell
house.
about you.
Yeah.
What have you been doing? Like, where
I
are
don't know.
we?
What am I doing? Who knows? We're just out here, But so yeah, I bought my house last December, so I've owned it for about whatever that math is, 8 months now, something like
Almost a
that.
year.
And it's old fixture upper, which again, things not being passive. Owning a home is hard, especially if it's
Yeah.
not a nice brand new home.
It takes heart.
Yep, takes a lot of heart. We'd be weak out here sometimes, but so it was again like Mo said. The first thing with real estate, if this is something you're interested in, the first thing you need to do, have a stable job, right? So we kind of just dissed on the whole 9-to-5 corporate job. But if you're just starting out, if you have no assets or no other investments, get a job, stay in that job, because oftentimes banks will not loan you a significant amount of money unless you have either been at the same job or in the same industry for like 3 to 5 years or something.
Yeah.
So
don't play.
be stable in your job, earn as much as you can at that job. Again, this all goes kind of back to like hustling now, struggling now, grinding now, so that way you can pay off more in the future. Once you do that, minimize your debt, increase your credit score, even though credit score is kind of bullshit, but you got to do it when you're starting out to get these loans.
Yeah.
So then, right, I had no debt. I'd paid off all my debt. I was very fortunate to have college paid for by the military.
Hey.
And so no debt, and I have a stable job, us being, you know, naval. Well, I'm a naval officer. She's a Coast Guard officer.
Yes,
Anyways.
Coast Guard.
Yeah. So we had those two things checked off, right?
Right.
And then I was able to purchase a house. So I purchased this house. Again, it was in rough shape. So I've done a lot of work myself, which isn't for everybody. It's hard and a lot. And I've definitely had some tough days.
Don't be me.
So, but I did that, right? I put some of my own time and money into it. So now I have what's called forced appreciation into this house. And homes on average appreciate 3 to 4% a year. And, you know, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now about the housing market crashing again, like it did in 2008. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day.
I was just waiting for you to go out.
It's not going to happen. Don't worry. It's chill. Prices will level off maybe, but there's not going to be some catastrophic crash like there was
Wait,
in
we got to
2008.
put out a disclaimer. We are not like
Yes.
professional people in this realm.
We'll probably throw that in the beginning in big, bold warning letters. We don't know what we're talking about at all.
Right.
Don't listen to
We
us.
should have told y'all that from the beginning.
We should have. Do not listen to a
This
word
is
of
all
us.
personal
We are not
experience. You know, if
professionals.
shit goes left for you, it's not our fault. Sorry.
Sorry.
But good luck.
Good luck.
You got this.
You got them, girls. I feel like I didn't use girls the right way there.
Yeah.
No.
We'll work on it.
All right, we'll
Anywho,
work on it.
Go ahead.
Anyway. So, homes, right? The things that they can do to help build your net worth or build your income. One is appreciation. Again, on average, they appreciate 3 to 4%. Obviously, over the last 2 years, the housing market has gone crazy, and you've seen 15 or 20% appreciation in some areas.
Yeah.
So, right off the bat, you just owning a home, doing nothing to it, making your mortgage payments every year, that home's value is going to go up. And as you pay off your loan and that goes down, you create this thing called equity. And equity is the difference between what you owe on a house and what your house is worth. Now, that equity can be accessed in a lot of ways.
How?
The
Explain.
way that a lot of people know is just selling your home, right? You owe $100,000 on your home and you sell it for $200,000, you get that $100,000 in equity in your pocket. Right?
Yeah.
Simple math. Yeah, public math, I know, right?
We keep it up.
Yeah. But there are other ways to access it. Again, without going into too many details, you can do a home equity line of credit, you can do a cash out refinance, and you can use that equity to, you guessed it, buy more houses or just, you know, invest in other things, right?
Yeah.
So as you own a home, normal appreciation goes up and your payment causes your loan value to go down. So you create that equity bubble. So that's the great thing about owning a home as well. The other thing, tax write-offs.
Ooh.
A lot of people don't know much about taxes. Neither do we. We're not CPAs. We're not tax professionals. Don't
What's a
listen to anything we're saying.
CPA?
Certified personal accountant, I think.
Okay, you just be throwing out letters and
Yeah.
shit,
sorry.
but it's okay.
We got a lot of acronyms
Yeah.
in the military, so
Yeah.
but that has nothing to do with the military, so I don't know why I said that.
Different.
Anyways, so you got depreciation though.
Yes.
Again, don't want to go into it too much, but basically it allows you to not have to pay as much money in taxes.
Okay.
Super cool. We like that.
Right.
Don't pay more money to the government than you have to,
Right.
even though we get paid by the government, you know. Thanks for paying our taxes.
Yeah.
Taxes, I mean, paycheck? What-
Yeah.
what?
They be paying for everything.
Paycheck. Honestly, everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Your taxes pay us, so thank you for paying your taxes. But you should try to not pay taxes as much as you can. Legally, of course. Legally.
Wait. All right. What else do you do? Because you be doing a lot of stuff.
Yes, I do a lot of stuff.
So
All right,
what else?
I got too into the housing that you want me to like talk about
Okay,
some
okay,
other
okay,
stuff,
okay,
right?
okay,
All
okay.
right. So another thing that I started was being a Turo host. So
What's Turo?
what's Turo? Not a lot of people know what Turo is. Turo
I
is.
only found out through you.
Did you? Really?
Mhm. Yeah. Remember that time when I first met you? We were talking about Turo.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, that was like the
Mhm.
first time we met.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good stuff. Anyways, it's kind of like Airbnb. The easiest way to describe
Yeah.
it. It's Airbnb, but cars.
Yeah.
So I own 2 cars that I allow people to rent out through the Turo app. Go check it out. Turo, great app. You all should use it.
Yeah.
And so they pay me to use my car, and what they pay me not only covers the car payment, but it also covers a good amount extra. So I have a net profit at the end of each month. I get extra money in my pocket. I also
Right.
own nice cars that I otherwise wouldn't be able to
Right.
afford. So again, I can write those off as business
Yeah.
expenses, get more money back on my tax returns. I get extra income in the form of that profit, and I get the loan pay down for my car loans,
Right.
which
Yeah.
means again, my equity is growing, right?
Right.
Because the value of the car is cars depreciate. They're not like homes. They don't really
Right.
appreciate.
Yeah.
But anyways, and we're
All right.
back. More technical difficulties.
It's fine. It's fine. Just work with it.
We're
What were we
gonna
talking about?
jump back in.
Oh, we're talking about money, right?
Money, money, money.
Were you done telling us
Money.
about?
To be honest, I don't remember.
Okay. Well, what I was gonna say was that like, just using your time wisely. So I remember when I first got down here to flight school, there's like this long wait to start flying and all this stuff, right? So yes, I was still getting paid in the meantime. But I was like, let me just like do DoorDash. You know what I mean? Like, why
Yeah.
not? I don't even know if that's really allowed to have like a side job in the military.
They're gonna report you and you're gonna get kicked out.
It's
Uh-oh,
fine.
better watch out.
Whatever. Anyway, but yeah, like, why not? You know what I mean? Like, it was a few extra bucks. It's kind of like the whole Plato's Closet thing where I donate clothes, like, or like they have Rover too, which I thought about doing, but like pretty much I could watch other people's dogs, walk them for them, stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I've always been like a little hustler, so my daddy liked to say. I used to sell like candy in middle school and high school. You know what I mean? I used to like just be cutting grass for money and stuff. Like whenever he would like buy houses and like flip them, I would like paint the houses for him and he would give me like some money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Cutting
That's
grass
just-
is a good one. I feel like that's easy.
That's what I'm saying. I
Do you
don't
know how much I paid to have my Gus to have my grass cut
How
every
much?
week? Take a guess. I don't know. Maybe it's not that high. I think it's high, but I paid $45 a week.
That sounds about right. That's how much my daddy would pay me. You could have got me
Yeah.
to do it. I was just kidding. Yeah, no.
But I'm like,
doing no
yeah.
more.
I mean, it takes the dude 45 minutes maybe
Yeah,
to do
yeah.
it.
It's so
45
easy.
bucks, right?
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just don't. I
Yeah.
don't like cutting grass, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I could do it, but
You're better than
I got
that.
other things to do. No, it's not even that. It's like there's just certain things,
Yeah.
right? That it's like you want to allot your time to, and there's other things that you don't. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Yeah, I would babysit when I was at the academy. Like, you know what I mean? Stuff like
Oh,
that.
really?
Like, I'll be making money. Let me
Mhm.
tell you something. Like in high school, did you have a job in high school?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my first job in actually before high school, like the summer going into high school.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
How old are you when you got your first job?
I think I was like, they were only hiring at the age of 15, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I got it towards the end of my freshman year or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, like my cousins and my sister worked there, this one job or whatever. But yeah, like
Yeah.
we don't play. Like we just be making that money in my family. You know what I mean? Like, you know?
Bunch of hustlers. Love
Yeah.
it.
But we still have fun though.
What
You
was
know?
your first job?
I was a waitress and then I moved on
Hey.
up to be a hostess.
Wait, isn't it the other way? Then you start as a hostess and then go waitress?
No, hostess, being a waitress is easy. It's like, what do you want to eat? Being a hostess, you gotta like seat people. They be coming up to the front desk. It was
Yeah.
like a older people's facility, but like they were like balling. Like it was like a whole
Mm.
campus. Like, you know what I mean? Shout out to Seabrook. But yeah.
I always thought it was the other way around. I thought the hostesses, like,
Mm.
because the waitresses, I thought it had to be, like, you have to be 21, don't you, to serve the alcohol and, like, you get more tips?
Well,
as a
no, that
waitress?
is true. So at my job, you couldn't take tips because they would give a scholarship at the end of the year or something like
Ah.
that. So we didn't get tips. But yeah, in order to serve alcohol, yeah, you had to be older. So like
Mhm.
if I did have to do it, I would just like be like, hey, miss, whatever, can you like another waitress, can you serve the
Yeah.
alcohol? But I mean, they were old people, like, you know, not that old people can't drink, but they weren't drinking like that, I guess. I don't know.
Got it. So it sounds like your situation was unique. In
It was very
it
unique.
being-
Yeah, it's not a common
That's cool,
job.
though.
Yeah.
It's a good first job,
Yeah,
it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I worked at an ice cream shop.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's right. Serving all them tasty
Hey,
treats.
You ugly. Why was I thinking of a candy shop by 50 Cent?
Welcome to the candy shop.
Hey.
We'll throw that in.
We will.
And you
Yeah.
get a pad for that.
let's see. Oh, but that's what I was gonna say. So like, if you look at like Mike and I now, we have, you know, similar jobs, like, you know, in military in general. Pretty much like if you're the same rank, you're gonna get paid the same amount for the most part, unless you have like a really special job. But we got basic jobs, right? So we, you know, pretty much have the same financial like
We
what's
make around the
word?
same money.
Yeah,
amount.
exactly. But you know, like when he bought his house and I didn't own a house at the time, like I could have compared myself and been like, oh, like I feel bad because like, you know, I see him like making moves and stuff like that. I don't think I can do it, or like, you know what I mean? But you don't know people's background, like, you know, like I don't know. I know for me at least, like I've my parents have like contributed a lot to me. And then again, I had that job in high school. So you can't really compare your financial situation to mine because although you may think like, oh, like Mo and I were the same age, we do the same job or whatever, you know, you don't really know my, you know, background situation. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I mean that's good life advice in general, but it's
Yeah.
especially applicable to money, right?
Yeah.
Don't ever keep up with the Joneses,
Yeah.
and everyone's just got their own path and their own journey, and you know, everyone's gonna be at different points at different times in their life. But
yeah.
the key is to just not get it discouraged and to understand that if you do want to make a change, if you're sick of being
A
in
broke bitch. Just kidding. Nah, if you're sick of being what?
I mean, hey, if you're sick of that,
Call it
right,
what it
and
is.
you want to make a change and you want more freedom in your life, because ultimately, right, that's what money provides.
Yeah.
Is freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom to make the choice of where you want to live, what school you want your kids to go to, what kind of job you want to have, right? Like it money is freedom. It's more or less the same thing, right? There's unfortunately, right? Like, and it's not we're not saying this because we are advocates of the current, right? Like, we're not just capitalist Nazis or anything like
Nah.
that. But we do live in the world that we live in, right? It is what it
Right.
is. And
Yeah.
there's no point in trying to change something that isn't going to change. We just have to embrace it and work within the bounds that were found. And there is a way to crush it. So if you put your mind to it, you can do it, man. You can do it.
You ugly. You one of the things.
Oh
Just
yeah.
kidding, no.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Love it.
Hey. Anyway, but yeah, so just don't get that mentality of like trying to keep up with your peers and stuff like that. Cause again, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Their
Yeah.
parents could still be paying their rent. I know I'm still on my daddy's phone bill. Shout out to Big Kev. Cause
Love
you know,
it.
that's what I'm saying though. Like, you don't really know. Like, why Kyla got, you know, able to make them moves? Cause her daddy pays her phone bill. That's why. Like, you know what I mean? That's exactly why.
Key to success.
Right. And I'm gonna ride that out.
Hey,
I'm
there you
gonna
go.
ride it out.
Yeah, sure. Take advantage, right?
That's what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, I need to know that.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
But yeah.
Anything else? I don't know. I feel like talked about ourselves a good amount. Any other final parting things that we should leave our dedicated listeners with? Viewers. Oh wait, you know what we forgot to do?
What?
Go follow Mike and Mo.
Oh yeah.
Mike.Mo Show on Instagram. We got a link in there to all of
Yes.
our Spotify platforms that you can listen to us.
Mhm.
Since we're doing visual for this episode, this will now be on YouTube. Although we had
Yes.
our other episodes on YouTube as well, but now you're going to see our lovely, beautiful faces on top of being able to hear our just striking
I know, right?
and stunning voices. So, YouTube channel is the Mike and Mo Show.
Yep.
Again, Instagram at mike.mo.show.
Yes.
And shoot us a DM on Instagram. We actually got a
Yeah.
couple DMs that we're going to
We
talk
did.
about.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. You have time? Let's
So
do
if you
that.
guys want to, we're going to call it Mike and Mo Mail.
Yeah.
Y'all send us a DM, slide up into those DMs, right? And ask us any questions that you might have, any comments you have about the
Yeah.
episode, or just anything in general.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
here to lend an ear. If you don't have anybody in your life that you can talk to or listen to,
You can talk to us.
you can talk to us. So we have.
through it.
Oh, she did say we could use your name. Should we,
All
should we
right.
say names?
Yeah. She gonna be so soon. All right. What up, Maya Gauze, Maya Simone Gauze from Jacksonville, Florida. She didn't tell us that, but that's where she's from.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Cool.
girl.
Cool. Hey.
But yeah. What she asked
Shout out
was,
Maya.
she better not ask
All
no
right.
stupid
So
questions.
no, she had good questions.
Okay.
She said, "How long do you all think people should be single after getting out of a relationship?" Funny how this question is so relevant to us, isn't it, Mo?
It's crazy.
So, as we
Yeah.
kind of talked about, Mo and I are both recently out of a relationship. So, Mo,
Sad.
what do you think?
It depends on how the relationship ended, I would say. If it was like, it depends on how long y'all were together. You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, everybody, regardless of the situation, should wait 3 months. Like, you know, it depends on how you feel. If you're ready, I feel like you'll know if you're ready. Some people just jump right into it, right? Next, you know, you see them downtown drinking, just like going way too far. And you're just like, bro, like, I feel like maybe you should just take some time to yourself, you know? So yeah, I think it really just depends on your situation. I really don't have an exact answer for that. What would you
Yeah.
say?
No, I completely agree. There's no exact science to love at all. It's completely person dependent, situation dependent. So yeah, some people will be out there big balling in the bars and the clubs the next week. Other people, you know, they may not even look at the
you don't see them
opposite
for
sex
months. You don't see them
once.
for years. You be like, whatever happened to such and such? Dang, she been in the house locked up. But I would just say, I don't know if you heard this, but like, you know the thing, like when a guy and a girl break up, the girl takes forever to get over it. And then, but once she's over it, she's over it. Versus the guy, you see him like out with his friends and stuff, acting like he's all great and everything. Meanwhile, deep down, he's hurt. And then like, you know.
A year later, he hits her up once.
Right, exactly. I don't know how true that is, but I would just say like, you know yourself, you know your situation and everything. So before you decide to go out there, just like self-reflect. Do I feel ready? Why do I want to talk to other people? And if I am talking to more people or getting back into the game, what's my goal? You know, like, am I going out here just to, I don't know, just for a little fun? Am I going back out here to kind of build up what I had before? I don't really know if that'd be a good thing either. You know, just like, you're not just trying to like find somebody to replace them, you know, but just figure out what you want, you know, and do what's best for you. Because at the end of the day, Mike and I can't tell you what would be best because we don't know you. So you know you. Sure. And if you don't know you, then you should probably figure out who you are first and then move from there.
That's great. Yeah. Absolutely great advice for sure. And if you want to get to know us / us to know you, slide up into our DMs.
Yeah.
One more question from Maya though. Also related to relationships and religion.
Ooh.
So she asked,
getting spicy.
Does religion matter in a relationship? Our generation is questioning religion and many are spiritual and would love to hear y'all's thoughts on this.
That's actually a good question. I feel like we talked about this before.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
A minute ago. For me, religion is kind of important because mind you, me and Maya have talked about this before too. But anyway, for me, it's important because that's like what I plan on building with my significant other, you know, and like if you're dating somebody, for me at least, I'm trying to build something even greater than just dating, possibly like, you know, a unionship, a marriage, you know, and when things get hard, like, you know, marriage is not easy, right? So when it gets hard, I just want somebody who will be there for me in certain ways. And like, so for me, like, oh, if somebody's like, oh, like, hey, Mo, you have a flight today. Like, I pray that it goes well. That to me is special versus like if I'm dating somebody or married to somebody who isn't really religious or, you know, not the same religion as me, he might not know that I would appreciate for him to pray for me or stuff like that. And that can kind of be a big deal. If it's important to you, it can be a big deal. So again, but it depends on who you are. For some other people, religion is not really that important. So you're just like, you know, it's neither here nor there. So it kind of depends on what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Mo and I have slightly different views on religion and practice our religion a little bit differently. But at the end of the day, like she said, it really just matters what you want and your compatibility with your partner. If it is a big priority in your life, it's going to be hard to be with somebody that it's not a big priority in your life and vice versa, right? So finding somebody that aligns with you, you know, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually is the key to any solid relationship and building a good foundation for sure.
Yeah. And kind of going back to last week's episode, that is a part of knowing who you are. If you know that you're dating for the goal of marriage and you know that religion is important to you, why don't you just make that clear from the jump? So that way nobody wastes their time. You know what I mean?
100%.
And some people are like more willing to change or like be more open to like, okay, well, like I'm not Catholic, but maybe I could like try it, or I'm not like whatever, but maybe, you know, but again, like unless you make that clear, the other person is going to know. And you shouldn't assume that somebody's going to change religion or act a certain way to accommodate your needs.
Yeah.
You know, but you just gotta, communicate. Communicate.
Yep. Rehashing all the things that we said last week for sure.
Exactly.
All good things. Well, we would love to get more Mike and Mo mail from you also. Keep hitting us with those DMs. Again, follow us on YouTube, The Mike and Mo Show, and Instagram at mike.mo.show.
Yes.
And we'll be releasing episodes every week. We may even start getting real frisky and releasing them multiple times a week. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Mo's pretty busy.
We'll see. I'm about to say, we ain't talked about that in our meeting. But
no. We'll that might be down the road, hopefully.
Yeah,
once things calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a busy time. It's a busy time of life.
It is.
Busy season.
But wait, we got to shout out The mamas.
The mamas out there.
Yes, Mama Deb hit us up. Mama Deb. My mother slid into our DMs and was like, I need to get a shout out to the mothers. And I'm like,
Yep.
okay. So
They did bring us into this world.
They
They raised us
did.
upright.
yes.
And they love us.
They tried.
Unconditionally. They did try.
Give a shout out to your mom.
Thanks, Mom. I love you. All right, y'all.
Bye.
We'll see you guys next week. Much love.
All right. Bye.